Good evening, everyone. Good evening. This is Spirit Journey. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Yes, I'm just holding up a beautiful candlelight. I was watching a program when I got home um, from walking my dogs, and I was in the kitchen, and this conversation, this discussion between two young women. They probably were in their early 20s, and they sound very um, young in experience. And they were um, I'm not sure if they were um, witches or they're in the metaphysics, and they were discussing about, oh, I remember, about auras and how to sense auras. And they were discussing the meaning behind the different colors of the auras. And then when they came to the color black, they were mentioning about, they said black is not a color. And these were what we would say Caucasian or white women. And I think I took offense. I've heard that before, black isn't a color. And if you are classified in America as a black person, that you are not a color, and yet your experience often is about your color. So color is very important. When someone says it's not a color, and you may internalize it that you have no color, that you are nothing. Well, I am no expert on color per se, but I just want to, I was doing an introspection a moment ago. I was doing my candle work, and I'm in front of my mirror right now. This is, oh, you can't even see me. No, I just keep it down. Yeah, I was doing introspection work, and I get her like that. Yeah, I was doing introspection work on myself, and I had just finished, and then all of a sudden that video came to my mind about the term black, and that black isn't a color, according to her. And she's probably just repeating what she heard, like most of us, and I've repeated things that I heard. But let me just tell you, through my understanding about the color black, and I've done a video about something like this before, many years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago. And so, what is black or blackness? Well, one thing, in trying to describe blackness, to define what colors, like we go outside and you see the leaves, you see people, what the clothing of people, and you see the sky, you see the colors of animals. See, our eyes are receptors of light frequencies. And the frequency that we see in is a very narrow spectrum ability, very narrow. So our eyes are very limited. So we see what we call colors as a result of the thing that we perceive or what is being reflected but everything else is absorbed. So it's really weird. So if you look at a green leaf, you perceive a color of a leaf as green. That is because every other spectrum of that light frequency that is reflected is the green. Everything else is absorbed. So again, the light hits the leaves, it bounces off, so your eyes see it. Bounces in your retina, and your retina perceives it. It only receives that which is reflected off, or everything else, all the other waves of that frequency is absorbed. It doesn't reach the eye. And so what you see is the remaining color, or frequency, I should say. And that what you see is green, or if it's orange, whatever color you see. And so it is a small spectrum color that we can see with the natural eye. And to see more, we need some type of device to see other colors so you can perceive it. Now, in art, when you take the different colors and you mix them together, don't you notice that after a while, if you don't clean out your brush carefully, that everything turns brown? Why is that? Well, it gets darker because, see, the colors are being neutralized, so to speak. It balances out. It like none of them gets precedence over the other. So think of it as that the colors are casting a shadow upon itself because they all are being absorbed. So no one color of the spectrum is passing through to perceive the different separations of color. So it neutralizes. So let's say you have 3, 4 different colors in the palette, and you blend it together. So it becomes neutralized. And it's a power in itself. Now those are pigments. Now I don't know whether pigments, which is a type of frequency because it's giving off energy. And when you compare it to, let's say, light, now I have here a candle, and it has a flame in it, and it's giving off light. You can see, and allows you to see in the room. Okay, now I don't know whether light, physical light like this, in the form of a flame, okay, it permits us to see. But what about other aspects of this? Now, if I turn this off, this flame out, the room would be very, very dark. Why is this? And that's what I was introspecting on. What happens when, let's say, you're walking outside and let's say you lean against something and the sun is up and you cast a shadow. Okay. Why does it cast a shadow? What's this phenomenon? Casting a shadow. Well, you may say, okay, yes, the light rays of the sun is obstructed by your body, so it doesn't go through. But again, still, what is that shadow? What is a shadow? What does it consist of? That is the question. And so that question about that statement that it is not a color, Blackness is beyond color. Blackness is a force that's misunderstood in Western civilization. See, those girls, they didn't mean any harm or anything like that. They weren't trying to be so called prejudiced. They were thinking in terms of what they've been taught, that it's not a color. It is beyond color, black or blackness. It is not evil. It is just something that is misunderstood by Western civilization. Like the paint. When you mix all different color paints, what do you get? A very dark color. That's different than any of the colors that were mixed in it. And when it becomes completely neutralized, meaning that none of the colors can be perceived, it becomes a new energy, a new force. So you have pigments and everything, and light. And when they all come together, you get a neutral color. Imagine also a baby in the womb. See, it's like blackness is the home. It is the origin of everything. I hope you guys could hear me. Could you hear me? Light, I hope the thing is on the volume. Yeah, my volume was kind of low. Now you have okay, I'm sorry. When we're outside and you're casting a shadow. Yes, the light doesn't go through your body, but why is the shadow left? Blackness is a space. It is it occupies space when there is nothing of the visible light. Visible light, visible light is a small spectrum. It is a fragment. Did I hear right? It's less than 1% of the spectrum of light or energy. Those of you who know, please indicate it in the comment below. The blackness is the majority. Sorry for the glitch there, it was buffering there. See, we have to really iron this out about blackness because the concept of blackness in what we call Western civilization is trying to destroy and control the masses through its concept, misunderstanding about black people or blackness. But you have powerful, powerful people that know the true power of blackness. And they're hoping that you, black people, or so-called melanated people, whatever what you want to call yourself, see, blackness is something that you must respect and learn. See, they only want you to focus on the visible light. They think the visible light is all there is to life. But as I told you, you can go in a color book or take a book about light or light frequencies and see about the spectrums and how big the spectrum of what we call color light is a fraction. You have X-ray, you have gamma, you have what do you call it? infrared, ultraviolet, all these different spectrums. And they want you to be focused on one type of thing, what they call white light. White light is a small, narrow spectrum of light. It has its purpose, but it's not everything. And everything outside of that white light, like now white light, like this type of light here, it's beautiful, is the full spectrum that's being expressed. It's a full spectrum, the white light. But it's not everything. It's not everything. It is beautiful. It allows us to see in this 3D spectrum, but it's not a complete light. But to say that a black light is not a color, it's beyond color. That is the point that I'm going to make. Blackness, whether it be a black, if it's such thing as a black light, is a very, very dense, concentrated energy form that is an absorption of everything else, including the white light. Think of blackness as the home, the origins of that house everything. Everything. Everything always, always, always starts out with blackness, darkness. You plant a seed in the soil. What color is that soil? If you get what I'm getting at. What color is that soil? In the womb, is there light in the womb? What is it? It is a nurturer. Blackness is a nurturer. It is the home. It is the comfort zone of many spectrums. It's always there. It fills in when you do not see the white light. It always is. It always exists. Blackness always exists. It permits this light to go on. It moves around it, but it always exists. They're in harmony. It allows the light to be safe. It allows it to be contrasts. The light is only light because around it is darkness. It is the darkness that accentuates the brightness of the light. So it's not to say that black is not a color. Black allows you to see color. Did you hear me? That blackness allows you to see contrast. Without contrast, you have no shape. You do not have definition. It is a big part of existence that we don't understand. The masses of people don't understand, and I am no expert. But I started thinking as I was doing my mirror gazing a moment ago, and when I finished doing it, I said, I gotta comment about the video that I was watching. Again, the girls didn't mean any real, I mean, they were young, they sound like teenagers, and they were just having fun, girly talk, you know. But sometimes when we speak, we may say things, and it could be insulting about what is. Oh, black's not a color. Oh, really? Without blackness, you cannot really discern color. It allows the space for it to be expressed. It is the aid. It is the enabler for all what we experience in this physical realm. It is a force, blackness. It is beyond color. So yes, the visible light, which is just a fraction of the light of the light spectrum. See, it's deceiving at times, even though you can see, but it could be deceiving. Imagine if we had the eyes that could see beyond the visible light, the infrared, the gamma rays, the infrared, etc. You'll be able to see a lot of things. Blackness is everything. It's the home of light. Your home. You go out there in space. You go out there in space. There's no light. There's no stars up there. It's all blackness. Only when you're within the what we call the atmosphere do you see stars. But when you go outside of the Earth's atmosphere, it's completely black. There are no stars out there because the blackness is the house. It is the womb of all eternity. Why do you think that we need to go to sleep at night? Because we need to get reconnected to the blackness out there. You don't sleep in light, you sleep in darkness. Does anybody hear me out there? Does anybody understand what I'm getting at? We come from blackness. Life comes from blackness. The planets come from blackness. The plants, the trees, everything comes from and is permitted by blackness. Blackness is a force that's beyond color. It is the parent, not the child. And in this perverted Western civilization that vilifies color, what they call color, or I should say blackness, it's all psychological game. They don't want you to realize where you come from. You come from infinity. You're beyond color. You are life. And when they see you, they are reminded that they lack what you have. And they're jealous of you. And they pervert truth. They're twisting the pyramid. And they put themselves on top when they're the bottom. They steal your history. And they replace true history with themselves. And then they put your mind in a prison. It's time to put the light upon themselves and expose those creatures that distort reality, your truth. You are infinity, a force to reckon with. Know that inside of you is a force, a true force of power. And true power does not pervert. True power is master and king and queen. It doesn't swat flies. True power doesn't have a swat a fly. Why waste your energy in swatting a fly? True power ignores the foolishness. Foolery out there. And even I can get sucked into foolishness. There is foolery out there that's distorting reality, your reality. You have to start exposing them. Look at those creatures out there. Look at them really, really close. Examine them. They love to examine us. Start examining them. These creatures that pervert truth. It's getting people to fight each other because of color or political party or whatever. They are manipulating and distorting the light spectrum, which is maybe just a fraction % of anything. This visible light is being distorted. You need to use the full spectrum of life to see through their deceit. And you'll start to laugh at them. Expose them. Expose them. Do not commit acts of violence on anybody, but to expose the foolery of those puppeteers who go around acting like they are the light, or I should say the truth, but they are deceivers. They are the deceivers about you and your existence and your purpose in life. Get reconnected with yourself. If you have a mirror, start doing some mirror work. That's where I am right now. I'm in my living room in front of my mirror. And I had just done mirror work, mirror gazing. And I just feel led to do this. You have creatures out there who want to keep your mind locked in this small spectrum of light, which distorts, casts shadows, and make you think something is what it's not. And then you have people that say that you're not a color. That's what's being implied there, whether she realized it or not. I'm saying you're beyond color. And that, you have people who are in the, what they call the occult. Occult just means things hidden. So these are people that actually worship blackness. But the problem is that they pervert true power. No barking there. Sorry. See, they pervert the power of black because they're immature children. It's like a little child going in their parents' room and they find a gun and they start messing with it. These are fools. And these are the people that understand about blackness. They understand that there are other spectrums out there, but we're all focused on the illusions that we can see with the naked eye. And you think what you see with the naked eye is all there is. And so they want you focusing on that fraction that the eye could see. And they know that there is 99.9% other stuff that's out there, but you're focused on the fraction. And they're trying to make you fall into that trap, keep you occupied with the fraction while they confiscate the 99.9%. That's what they're hoping to do. But you have to start opening up your eyes. You have to start opening up your third eye and start tapping in the 99.9% of reality. Because if you don't, they are going to trick you with all this foolishness, with the jab, as I call it. They're going to confiscate more and more of your rights. They're going to use the race card more and more because now there's 2 trials going on. Both trials are based on an event that happened to a black man, one of which a riot occurred, and a man, a teenager, shot 3 men in self-defense, and that they are threatening the people. There are some people who are trying to instigate a fight that if the trial doesn't end how they want it to end, they will riot again. They are race baiting. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. They use the same trick over and over and over again. They are obscuring your view because you're too busy looking at the visible. You need to start looking at the invisible light. They understand how it works, but they pervert it. And so they know, since it's simple, they like to look at the light because that's all you see. So that's your truth. You have to start looking beyond the light and start seeing the intent of people. It's not just what you see, it's the intent behind what they're doing, because they're relying on you to fulfill the action of ignorance. The action of ignorance. Do you understand what I mean when I say the action of ignorance? Meaning that they show you something in the small spectrum light, and then your mind and your emotions kick in, and then you do the rest. They are relying on you, people, to do the rest. So they can say, oh, well, I didn't touch the person. Oh, no, I didn't. They did. Well, which is correct that you pulled the trigger, so to speak, but they manipulated. They manipulated the light that you're preoccupied on, and they are masters of the darkness. But they perverted the power of the darkness. See, the darkness or blackness is a force. It is like a bullet. It is like a knife. It's what you do with it. And that's what's happening. They are the deceivers and distorters, and they are trying to obtain power through you giving up your authority. You need to start looking and teaching yourself how to see beyond the light. And I would say how to do that is by looking within yourself. You need to know who yourself is. Who are you in this whole fraction of light? Who are you? Where do you come from? And what is your purpose here? See, they want you preoccupied with a small spectrum of light, and the 99.9% that you don't know anything about. But they know, and they control. And they're controlled by lies, and they lie on you. They lie on all of us. And their aim is to destroy all of us, regardless of race, color, or religion. They are working overtime, people. Don't believe the lies that they say about you. Blackness is everything. Blackness is beyond color. It is a mighty force with you to respect and to learn about. Learn about you. Learn about who you really are. So let me, I see that people are writing messages, but I don't have my glasses on. Let me see if I can get my glass. Sorry. Sorry, let me just, I'm still here, people. Sorry, I'm trying to see where the light is. Okay. Let me try to find my light. Yeah, I just gotta find my, let's see, oops. Gotta find, sorry that, okay, I'm getting my glasses right now, I apologize. My light just came off. Let me just see here. Sorry about that, I'm still here. The light just came off, let me see. Let me just turn a little light on. Okay. This is okay. Just gotta put something on my glasses. I'm trying to get my glasses here. Sorry about that. Let me get my glasses. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. Oh, yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, it's dark in my apartment. I just want to, yeah, I just had my, let's go on the light here. I want you to look at something here. Okay, we look at this light here. Okay, let me just see your messages here. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to focus on what I was saying. Let's see. Okay, Nubian. Hey, okay. Yeah, everything is going well, Nubian. It's always good to hear from you. Okay, yes. Nubian says, yes, that's how they look at us in the USA. Okay. Yeah, darkness is first. Yeah, speak the truth. Let's see. Yes, never fall for the trickery. That's why we need to get a full understanding over the Nuremberg codes and the Constitution. Thank you for reminding me that. People research the Nuremberg codes and your constitutional rights. That is so, okay. Hit the like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that, Nubian. Yes. See, the trickery, they're using blackness. See, the absence of knowledge, to not have the knowledge, is an obscurification. So they're using blackness to cloak our understanding so they could control. And that is a power. That is power. It's power that's distorted, though. But the true power, I realize, we're beyond color. And unfortunately, in the Americas, with the history of the transatlantic human trafficked people, they want us focus on the physical and distort truth. And they perverted the importance of our skin. Did you know that Europeans were also slaves? Did you know that? Slavery is not, it does not equate with Africans. This planet is a slave planet. People are enslaving. Did you know that you have families that enslave their own children or wives? Slavery is slavery. Look at Britney Spears. Britney Spears. You've heard of Britney Spears. She was a slave. Her father enslaved her through the court system, had her get an IUD, that is intrauterine device, to control her, to control her so she won't get pregnant. Because see, when you're pregnant, you can't go dance as she does, right? It's to control her. That is modern day slavery. So you want to think that slavery is just some snot-nosed black man with a chain on his back. See, that's what they want you to think. Slavery comes in different colors and expressions, but it's all the same, to exploit your labor while someone else benefits everything from it. That is true slavery, when it exploits your energy and they receive all the benefits and not you. It excludes you, yet you're doing everything. That is slavery. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the celeb parents turned them into slaves for money. Yeah. What about that guy from Home Alone, that movie that came out? some years back, Home Alone. You know, he got emancipated from his family at the age of 16. Yes. He was a slave. They uh, took his money. And what's his name? Cooper. I think his last name is Cooper. He's one of the fellows on the Little Rascals. He was one of the early members of the Little Rascals, that TV show. And they passed this law because of that kid. Jackie Cooper, that's his name. Jackie Cooper. The Jackie Cooper law. Jackie Cooper was a child movie star from that show, Little Rascals, and his parents took everything. So they passed a law that you have to set aside money, because when the kid grew up, there was no money for them. Yeah, there are laws out there. Yeah, there are laws that is to protect even children from being enslaved by their parents. You go into so-called third world countries. Did you know that they kidnap children and they make them cripple so they can beg for money? Or some places they use the children to do the needlework. Yeah, kids are enslaved. They sell children in Africa and Asia, and I'm sure in Europe too, and the Americas. See, evil is evil. And what makes it evil is that, see, there's a false system, and I hope one day I can find the answer. Money is a falsehood. Money is an illusion, like the light, that 0.1% of the wavelength. They make you think that you need money. Money's made up. And people are fighting off of money. And that's what Britney Spears and Hollywood, it takes people and make them do things that they wouldn't normally do, but they do it for the money. And you ask yourself, well, what is money? Did you know that you have people that produce money, that they physically make money from trees? And then they put it into the government. But if you did the same thing, it would be called counterfeit. It's just paper. And then you have to pay interest when you borrow their made up money. Money is an illusion, and a very powerful one, because it was at some time introduced to humanity to control us. Yeah, they've been yeah, Hollywood. Yes, they are. They're trafficking. Money is an illusion. It's just paper. But we're fighting off of it. We start to do things, oh, let me do this so I could attract a guy so he can spend more money on me. Or let me do this so that I can pay my rent or buy food for my kids. But money itself is not the end. People work, people do things. You shouldn't have to pay money for this material world. When did this all come in? It is a falsehood. It is your enemy. Do you ever see a dog go to the store to buy food or bird? It's not real. but we think it's real. I remember when I lost my job. I thought I was going to have a breakdown because it's real. When you say, oh my God, no money, no this, no that. They're doing the lockdown now. They're doing the lockdown, and people were really losing it because the fear of not being able to pay your bills. This is all done deliberately. They introduced the monetary system, but the monetary system, like the vaccine, is artificial. The vaccine is artificial. Money is artificial. But we think it's necessary and real, but it's fake. It is a fakery. This whole system is a fake system. It is fake. Thank you, Nubian. I said exactly, yeah. It's fake system. We need to start looking within, finding answers within us. Every time when I look outside, I'm deceived. That guy, what's his name, Carl Jung, the psychotherapist or psychoanalysis guy, he says those people who look outside continue to dream, but those who look within are enlightened. So he realized that continuing looking on this through the light spectrum of illusion, which is only just what's that, a 0.1% of the light spectrum. He says, don't look at that. You have to start to look inside of yourself. What's inside of yourself but blackness? Blackness is beyond color. It is where the true power resides. So, with that last note, I just want to thank you all for listening. I hope I made sense. Please share this video with friends, people, individuals you think who would enjoy this. And those of you who want to support my channel, you could PayPal me. And to do so, on my channels, this is Spirit Journey channel, on the banner of my channel, on the top right-hand side, you will see the link, the PayPal me link. Just click on it and follow the prompt. Any amount would be greatly appreciated. I thank you all, and may you enjoy the rest of your journey. You know what else? What I learned today when I was doing my mirror gazing just before I did this video, this live stream, I was asking myself, I was reminding myself that, see, I've encountered many things. And I said to myself that this journey is a road. And those bad things that happen to me in life are just bump on the road, but it's not the destination. The bumps is just a bump. The bump is not your destination. The destination, people, get this, the destination is infinity. Your destination on the road is infinity and not the bump on the road. The bump on the road is just a distraction, but it's not the destination. It's just a distraction. Keep on going on the road. It keeps on going. And yes, there will be bumps on the road in life, but realize that it's not the destination, and to keep on going straight. Okay? So let me just look at the last note. Yeah, thank you, Nubian. Yes, you always make a lot of sense, my sister. Love you much. Thank you. Yeah, I thank you. I thank you, Nubian. So you encourage me also, and I appreciate you. So with that last note, peace, love, and power to you. And until next time, okay? Take care, and power to you, power and respect to all Blackness. And may we live a light of truth. Okay? Thank you again. Peace, love, and joy to you. Bye-bye.